I'm a turkey!
And now, it's time for another episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. A show made by 12s from around the world, for 12s around the world. I'm Mosette, and here's your host and my dad, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, thank you, Mosette, and welcome to episode 419 of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show as your Seattle Seahawks get ready to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So sit back, relax, grab a desired beverage or sin of your choice, and remember, we are always thankful that you are here with us. Let's meet our posse for this very special episode. First, from Married Old England, our partner in crime and the yin to my yang, always, Matt. Hi, Matt.
Good morning, Moses. Morning, kids. Morning, everyone. How are you all?
Wonderful. Matt, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful that you have seen fit to let me on your show. A show that's all about you. A show that has that just completely massages your ego on a weekly basis. A show that has lifted you from the obscurity of Indianapolis and Indiana, where nobody knows who the hell you are, to the glories of Seahawk sainthood, Brother Moses.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. And my action figures will be on sale soon, so get ready for
Can't
those.
miss them. They're the fattest ones in the store.
Oh, that's too funny. All right. Well, also from the state of Washington.
I get the feeling I'm not going to be on the show next week, everyone. I'm sorry about that.
Yes, he will. He's the yin to my yang. He has to be here. Also from the state of Washington, a man with a large heart and a big fan of the Seahawks. We call him Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Hello, everybody.
Dustin, what are you thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful that I have a wife that is understanding and willing to negotiate. Because, as you know, a couple weeks ago, I missed the show. I went to a Sturgill Simpson concert with her so that she could hang out with a friend of hers. I don't know who Sturgill Simpson is. I still don't. I know he's a country singer. Couldn't tell you a thing he sings. So because that happened, that allowed me to be here tonight. My family is still over at her family's house, about an hour away. I was able to leave to come back here to do the show tonight because of Sturgill Simpson. So
because of Sturgill Simpson.
Yes, and because my wife is understanding and willing to negotiate those things.
Bless her heart. Well, thank you, Mrs. Dustin. We appreciate that. And real quick, I did find some Sturgill Simpson. We'll be playing that later. But before we do that,
are you serious?
Yeah, I did. I found some Sturgill Simpson. He has a song called "In Bloom." Believe it or not.
Okay.
Let me see if I can rig this up real quick here. Here's Sturgill Simpson, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Dustin. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh dear God. Sing. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I guess that's millennial country.
All right.
My wife's
God.
from my dog,
Woo.
and she rode
All right.
out of town.
All right, enough of that. Before we fall asleep, we have one more person in the special guest spot tonight.
Yes.
Believe it or not, he's not really a guest, but he's in our guest seat. His remarks are heard here every episode, but he's here live for the show tonight from behind enemy lines, just down the road from 49er headquarters. Welcome back, Statsman Mark. Statsman Mark, welcome back on the show, man.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, kids. I feel better than Trump. It's difficult to put into words.
So the question all the fans are going to be asking, Mark, is how was prison?
Prison of the mind is a very difficult place to be.
Mark, what are you thankful for?
Well, I am thankful for that I get to be on this show. There you go. Oh, see, that's where you need the laugh track, like,
Yes,
that's that bad sitcom moment where it's all wrapped up.
Yeah, very nice. That's very sweet. Well, let's get to this wonderful show, shall we? This show is run just like a real NFL football game. 4 quarters and even a halftime. First quarter, we have news. Quarter 2, we discuss the Seahawks-Eagles game, have a look at how we fared in last week's predictions. Blah, blah, blah. At halftime, it's the best Seahawk-themed play-along game on the internet, 12-man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia. And Will would have been defended his title, but he's not here this evening. Unfortunately, Will is stuck in a Black Friday hole, so we'll have to find him later. Quarter 3, we prepare you for the upcoming game between the Seahawks and the Buccaneers. And, of course, quarter 4, we make our predictions. Remember, like, share, subscribe, Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel. Join us on 12-Man Fan Jam Show Facebook page, Twitter, Seahawk Positivity, 12-Man Fan Jam Show, gmail.com. Let us know what you think. And let's get to the first quarter and news. Yes, news while you were out recovering from turkey overload. It's the 12-Man Fan Jam Show news report with me, because our news hound, Shadowhawk Will, is stuck in a Black Friday hole. So we'll move on.
All about Moses, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, man. I'm going to kill you guys. All right.
Liminal.
Dateline, I believe this, where is this? Dallas area. The Friendship West Baptist Church, where apparently it's okay that you can show the Cowboys game during church service, apparently. Jerry Jones likes to remind us that his team is America's team, but apparently according to the Friendship West Baptist Church in Dallas area, they're also Jesus' team, because they show the Cowboys game on the big screen while announcements are being read during the church. There's a big picture of this with the big screen, and they get to watch the game while they're going to church. Mark, is it not ironic that the Cowboys are being shown in church?
Well, it's strange that Jerry Jones showed up as Jim Jones for Halloween. That's unsettling. There's a convention in Guyana with sea foam, blue or green or whatever the heck that color is. Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
It really is. It's not much of a separation of football and church there. Oh man, that's classic. I mean, they might as well just put in like 100-foot-long jumbo, like a mini version of the stadium.
Can't you see that? I mean, you're trying to, the guy jumps up and hollers hallelujah because they scored, not because of what the preacher said or whatever.
Amazing.
They've already ordained Dak and Zeke.
Yeah, basically.
At least in the press.
That's a good point. Matt, your thoughts on this?
It's an amazing idea, because think about it, you could have the bloke walking through and going, wafers, get your wafers, get your wafers. And then the halftime show is going to be amazing, because you're going to have a load of blokes come out in dresses and dancing around with holy oils and smoking shit. I mean, that's just amazing, isn't it? What an incredible show. Free wine. There's going to be free wine halfway through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Incredible.
Great.
What could possibly go wrong?
Think about all the money they're going to get when everybody puts in for the little jar they pass around. Because you're going to tailgate outside the church before you walk in.
Oh my God, the tailgate would be amazing.
There's a lot of money thrown around in there.
Beautiful.
Be amazing.
Divine tailgating.
Yeah.
And they're praying all the way through the game, which, let's face it, if you're a Dallas fan, you've been doing that for many years.
Oh!
Cracks me up. There was a joke I remember that came out when they built that stadium, where they said if America's God's team, it was probably his idea to put a roof on the stadium so he didn't have to watch them anymore.
Because that was the old joke in the old stadium. It didn't get finished, and they had that hole in the ceiling. And they said so God could watch his favorite team. And so now it's, I understand that. Can you imagine like a guy walking in, no shirt on with Jesus across his chest? Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, but Tebow doesn't play there, so.
All right. Well, speaking of church, at Thanksgiving, we had apparently the church version of the Star Spangled Banner, and I'm sure maybe you saw this.
Wow.
Aretha Franklin's 4-minute, 35-second marathon.
Yeah.
Of the national. And to contrast that, 4 minutes and 35 seconds, Whitney Houston's iconic rendition in 91 was 2 minutes, 20 seconds. So twice as long as the Whitney Houston version. And of course, she started trending on social media. And here are some of the reactions I thought were pretty good. Pittsburgh Pirate pitcher Jamison Talion said, I'm thankful Aretha Franklin doesn't sing the anthem when I pitch. I'm pretty sure I'd have to go back to the pen back and warm up a little.
Nice.
B. Miller said, I cooked my whole turkey, ate, and did the dishes during Aretha Franklin's national anthem.
Wow.
It was a long one.
That was, it was a long one.
I didn't think it was very good, to be honest with you.
I didn't either.
Are you dissing Aretha? She demands respect. Let me tell you.
She does. She does. And it's either one. You either really loved it or really hated it. And this guy said, "Nah, the turkey gone and done before Aretha Franklin finished the national anthem." Somebody joked a 13-hour Aretha Franklin concert, leaving on through dinner. Somebody named Strombone said, "I was able to do all my Christmas shopping while Aretha sang," which is great.
I believe it.
Bleacher Report said, "Delay of game. Legendary singer Aretha Franklin's national anthem could have used some better clock management."
Oh.
Tim Fornelli said, "I call Aretha Franklin the Abraham Lincoln of singing the national anthem because she started 7 years ago."
Uh-huh.
That's the best one.
I like that one.
That's good.
Oh, since Aretha Franklin started this national anthem, I have showered, shaved, driven to my in-laws, and on my third beer.
They should get Aretha Franklin to sing at Trump's inauguration because she'll take so long he won't ever get inaugurated.
That's true. That's right. That's well thinking. Covers over on the Aretha Franklin national anthem would have been a lock of the century. And then some guy named Macklin Magley said, "When the national anthem is this long and self-indulgent, suddenly taking a knee seems less like a protest and more like a much-needed rest." So
Nice.
there's some quotes about Aretha Franklin's national anthem. Now, people are torn about this because I've seen you either really like it or you really don't. And
I thought it was terrible, man. Completely terrible.
I kept thinking there was a Simpson episode where Bleeding Gums Murphy sang the national anthem at a baseball game, and it took like an hour. And I kept thinking about that the whole. I thought it was in a Simpsons episode.
Well, she had to keep doing a piano riff after every single line. It was like,
yes.
woman,
Yeah.
can you just sing it?
It almost felt like she was stalling to remember the words, too, because she'd throw in a couple, and then like she'd repeat the line, like she's trying to remember what the next one was.
Yeah. Mark, what are your thoughts on the national anthem with Aretha?
Well, way too long-winded, and she better think what she's trying to sing to us. You know, I don't know. She's clearly losing it. RESPE, and then she just zones out. It's just like time for.
Did you
Time
guys
for
catch
Obamacare.
that the halftime show, the graphic they put up at the halftime show for time of possession?
Yes.
There was both teams and Aretha Franklin.
And they had her at 4:35. I saw that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I don't know how you guys feel, but you know, when they sing the national anthem at a major event, I don't. It's not an audition for American Idol, okay? Just sing the thing, please.
Let me tell you, the gentleman who sung the national anthem at the Salute to Service game.
Yes.
Oh, now that's how you sing a national anthem.
Yes,
people, let
I
me tell you.
agree. I agree.
They backed that one up with a really good one the next week too, because there was 3 siblings that came out and sang this last game at home, and they like harmonized everything, and it sounded beautiful. It was one of the most unique national anthems I'd heard that I liked.
Right. And just sing the thing. Don't. Let's not audition for, like I said, American Idol. Just please, just sing the national anthem, and just sing it so that we can all sing along.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, whether you liked it or didn't like it, there it is. So if we've offended you with Aretha Franklin, we apologize. But
you're welcome.
Yeah.
But Moses, did you like it?
No, I was not a fan.
It's
of
all about you, isn't it? That's the thing. It's all about
that
you.
was bait right there. You baited me into that. All right, well, let's end the first quarter
He's
here.
the master of it.
I am.
It's the end of the first quarter, bitches.
I am your master. God. All right, coming up on this episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, lots of show left, halftime trivia. Coming up next, we take a look back at that epic Seahawk win against the Eagles. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel.
Nobody cares.
Holy shit, it's the second quarter.
Welcome to the second quarter, episode 419 of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Before we review last week's win over the Eagles, I should mention that since Mark is here, and we've been talking the last couple weeks about Mark leaving his socks in Seattle, and I wore them yesterday for Thanksgiving. I was very thankful, and I didn't say what I was thankful for, and I'm thankful for Mark leaving his socks behind because they're very comfortable, and I really like them. So thanks, Mark, for the socks. They're awesome.
Well, you're welcome. Those were actually, I was able to write those off. I'm going to miss that with the new admin. I'd even mark them down as used and mark them down as new.
Yeah, that's good. They're about
Pass it
$150. Yeah. All right, let's talk about this game. Seahawk win over the Eagles, 26-15. Dustin, offensively, this team continues to look like they're clicking on almost all cylinders, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They came out firing. They came out and they played really well. They had the running game going. The blocking was there. They only gave up, I think, 1 sack the entire game. 152 yards rushing. Russell was able to throw for 287. They made it fun too. They scored in every single quarter, and then they brought out some trick plays. Doug Baldwin's perfect passer rating is pretty cool. Russell Wilson catching the touchdown pass.
Yes.
I mean, they made it fun. Everything they did out there was pretty awesome. The only downside was the injuries. The rest of it was spot on and fun to watch. So
yes,
can't hit on the offense right now. Everything about the offense is working.
439 total yards, by the way, which is pretty amazing. 5 for 15 on 33% on third down efficiency is not bad as well. Yeah, they're just clicking on all cylinders offensively. I don't know, Matt. Is there something we should be concerned about running or offensively wise?
Injuries.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be getting injured. I don't like this. They need to get some more of that miracle water shipped in. Everyone needs to have like baths in it. Because I can't be having injuries on this team. It's not acceptable at this point. I'm not happy with that at all.
They need some of that spray that they use in soccer matches that cures AIDS and like death and things. People can just jump up and play afterwards.
Just say cures AIDS.
Wow, that sounds like a good Disney film. I think we got an idea there.
Is that like Flubber? Is that like Flubber from the Mad Professor?
It might be. I don't know what
cures everything.
An aerosol form of Flubber. It could be.
Well, Mark, what about the defensive side? They did pretty well. Seahawks did pretty well defensively against the Eagles as well, didn't they?
They really did. I mean, the final score really wasn't indicative of that game. That really was a 26-7 kind of game. And the defense, man, God bless them. We're so used to them being good, we don't realize, or at least I don't. But they're so consistent overall that it's easy to forget just how good they are. Grown so accustomed to it, and for coming up, we'll get more into it later. But ET's out, and that's going to hurt. But we can cover for that. We have there's enough depth to cover for that kind of loss. But in that game, it was very steady. I was waiting for the oh no to happen, and it never happened. And the defense was right there all along.
The only oh no really happened on offense when Boykin went in there to run the ball.
Oh my God, that was a WTF!
Actually
this
put
like
on
what we're down to.
Our game day thread, I put, did a 6-year-old suddenly take over the play calling? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, what's that all about?
Could be. There's a Make-A-Wish kid got to call a play.
Wow, yes.
It's bad, but when I'm sitting there and I go, okay, that's interesting.
You know what would be awesome is if they just threw confetti back there. Just give it to the Rook. Just this behemoth.
76 is now eligible.
Be like something out of a Star Wars movie. It's just exhaling fire and just running over people.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would
the funny part, do you guys hear Pete's press conference afterwards when he talked about that run and then Tukuafu's run?
No.
No, they asked, how'd Boykin look out there? He's like, oh, man, he did a really good job for us. He looked really good out there. I think he had, an 8-yard loss his first run. That's really nice. He's like, and then we had Will run the ball, and he ran for about 4 inches, so that was really good. It was pretty funny.
God.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was like, overall, Matt, it was a pretty good and slow, methodical beatdown, wasn't it?
That's what we do. But I have to say the whole switcheroo, Doug Baldwin floating it in to Russell Wilson. It's one of those moments when you're like, okay, I didn't see this play coming. I didn't see this play developing at all. I definitely didn't see Doug Baldwin flip the finger to the sideline.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Baldwin was doing that for me. No.
Well, it had happened before. I had noticed in the Atlanta game a couple years ago, they got down to the end zone, and I don't know what play they called, but I definitely saw Marshawn Lynch look over at the offensive side, over at our bench, and flip off the bench.
He did, yeah.
Yep.
I think that's just how they communicate.
This one time, I think, is what he was doing. Was just this one time. I think that's what he was signaling.
Yeah.
But when that ball floated in, I was like, catch it! Don't fumble it on the line. Don't fumble it before you get in there.
Yeah.
But no, superb.
It was a nicely thrown ball, by the way.
It
was.
Good.
Yeah.
Especially under
Considering
pressure.
he was under pressure too.
Yeah.
Here's what goes through my head. I'm in the stands, and that pass was thrown to the opposite side of where I'm at. So I'm watching the game, and I see Baldwin get the ball. Then I see him stop and turn his hips. And I was like, oh, he's throwing this.
Yeah.
Like, that's going up in the air. And then I was like, going in my head, who's over there? Normally there's a running back that runs out that way. I was like, there's nobody there. I was like, Russell's the only one over there. And then I see the ball in the air, and I look. I'm like, holy crap, that is Russell Wilson. And he catches the ball and then scores. And then this dude sitting next to me, he's like, I've never seen that before. I was like, yes, you have. The longest yard, Burt Reynolds. They ran that same play, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
God, we're taking lessons from Burt Reynolds movies now. That's great.
Yeah.
What was your favourite moment, Moses?
Of the game?
Yeah.
Gosh, that play was spectacular. I don't know. I like the way they shut down the Eagles. I was expecting that, and I think I was real happy with the defensive play. Offensively, to see Russell Wilson just be Russell Wilson, and it's been a couple weeks now, but, just to see, and that play right there is indicative of that, where he can go out there and he can make things happen. And I think Chris Collinsworth said this 2 weeks ago, but when he starts scrambling in the back, usually you think you're in trouble, but like Chris Collinsworth said, when you start scrambling, you go, uh-oh, something big's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so when he starts rolling out, you're like, oh, he's going to throw this thing 50 yards, like something big's going to happen. Just the way that offensively we are attacking other defenses, to me, is really, really encouraging.
I ask a simple question, and he goes on. He takes up about 3 minutes of airtime to talk about what he thinks is great.
I know.
I'm so thankful for all of you. You have no idea.
What's nice is I think that play was probably a statement play, to be honest with you. One of those where Russell's back, he can do everything again.
Yes.
So good luck, rest of guys. But another one that he had that was really nice that doesn't get talked about near as much, and it was nice on both ends, the receiver as well, is when Russell's rolling out to his left, and he does this weird, like he's throwing it out of bounds thing, just flicks his wrist essentially, throws it up to Jimmy Graham.
Yes.
And then the dude is so small he can't tackle Jimmy. He just spins away from him, runs to the end zone. That was a hell of a play too, and just seeing the movement there and the way he was able to throw the ball at that awkward angle to go that far down the field.
I am loving the trust that's built now between him and Jimmy Graham. That is now a foundation to score lots of points on.
Absolutely, and you learn really quickly not to give up on Russell when he scrambles, and I think all the receivers do that now.
But you think not so long back, with the injuries and stuff, we were all a bit worried whether Jimmy Graham was really ever going to be what we all hoped he was going to be. Well, if it's happening, people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
understated, kind of a part of that play that hasn't really been thought about, or I haven't heard anybody talk about though, is his pec. The Russell Wilson had a pec injury. You can't make that kind of throw like that if you're not healing. I mean, he looked completely fine, wasn't wincing, nothing. I was like, well, his pec must not be that bad if he was able to throw that from that angle and make that play happen. So everything about that dude's getting healthy, which is great.
Absolutely. I said on our game day thread, Jose Rodriguez had said at one point, that's it, the game's over, we win. And I said, I'll go one more. With us winning last week and Arizona being 3 games behind with 6 to go, I called the division. And I'll call it right now. I'm calling the division. We have the easiest schedule from here on out in the NFL. Right now, the only team on our schedule over 500, there's no one over 500. The Buccaneers are 5-5. Everybody else is 4-6 or worse on our schedule right now. If we blow a 3-game lead with this schedule, we really don't deserve to be talking about the playoffs anyway. Nope. And I just called it. I said, that's it. This is a division. So hopefully we'll see. But there's still plenty of football left. So I shouldn't get too excited. But this team gets you excited. And speaking of excited, let's get excited about the 2-minute warning.
Holy shit, it's a 2-minute warning.
We always get excited about the 2-minute warning right here. It's time to check our posse prediction challenge. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Let's look at the board.
Yeah, let's go to the board. First on the scores last week, we give a point to Jose. He was the closest. Prognostications, 3 points to me, and 3 points to Mike Pascal and Mark Ty Turner. Game balls, I gave them to anyone who had Precise, Baldwin, and Wilson. So Dustin and Statsman Mark and Little Mo and Jose and Mike Pascal all got game balls. Over and under was interesting because when I put it all together, and I do this right before the game starts, and I said, well, Little Mo, check this out. Our entire team was over, and your entire team was under, and of course it was the under. So everybody on their team, Little Mo, Tom, Jose, Mike Pascal, Mark Ty Turner, all got 2 points. Will was the only one smart enough to get the under on our side. So
this is moments like this when you make me feel like I'm the Browns or something.
It gets better. Meaning the scores like this for this week: Mike Pascal, the big winner at 7, Jose at 5, Mark Ty Turner at 5, me at 3, Dustin 2, Statsman Mark 2, Little Mo 4, Will and Tom at 2. So here we go through all the games. Little Mo is still at the lead at 44. Jose at 42. Mike Pascal at 34. Mark Ty Turner at 32. There's no one on our team yet. Okay. Dustin at 30.
What up, Dustin?
Tom at 28. So they own 5 of the top 6. And then Statsman Mark at 27. Will at 22. Matt at 20. And I'm still at 18. The team scores, gentlemen. Team 12, 180. Team Posse, 117. So we are down by 63 points.
I'll score 63 next game. It's fine.
That sounds good. I'm doing all I can. I've got 18 points. Mark, any advice for this team?
Well, it sounds like my standard fantasy league team. Definitely overwhelming.
Yeah, my advice is to get our shit together.
Well, gosh, and even Mrs. Moses, when I told her the score, she's like, who made these teams up? And I'm like, well, it's everyone on this show. It's everyone who's been on the show, or, And she's like, well, you need to pick better teams next time. I said, maybe we will. I think you're all fired.
Can't break up the Anchorman crew.
No, you can't. You can't. No, I'm kidding.
We're losing the joust, but we'll
win the war.
Cover.
Somehow. All right, so coming up, we'll end we'll go right to halftime.
One of us will stab somebody with a trident.
Or brick. I'll get it. Just like I'll get like a brick.
Yeah.
Let's say Mark stabs somebody.
Yeah. Cut a bitch. Amazing.
That's why he disappeared for so long.
How was the prison food, Mark? Was it good? It's all right.
I had to lay low for a while because I'm probably wanted for murder.
What was your name in prison? That's all right. That's all right.
All I'll say is it's from a Disney film. That's all I'll admit. I won't. I'm not going to discuss this.
It was Matt. No.
It was Simba.
All right, down Simba. Down Simba. It's halftime.
Holy shit, it's halftime!
Coming up, so much more show. Will the Seahawks win Sunday? Where's Tampa Bay on the map? Is there a Buccaneer on the side of your bucket head? All these answers and more just around the corner. But first, another edition of 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. Coming up next!
Hi, I'm Rosette, and you're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show.
Yes, it's halftime, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of the best play-along Seahawk-themed trivia game show on the internet. It's time for 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. And here's your host, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity. Yes, thank you, me, and welcome once again to another edition of 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia
of the world.
The trivia game that tests the knowledge of both our posse and our listeners. Our contestants are the posse themselves, Matt, Mark, and Dustin, and here are the rules. So here's how the trivia game works. There'll be 2 rounds of questions. Each contestant answers 1 question each round. If they get it correct, they get 1 point. After 2 rounds of questions, there'll be a final trivia question worth 2 points. If there's a tie after that, then the tie players go on to a special secret overtime question where the winner becomes reigning 12-Man Fan Jam Show Trivia Champion and also gets a prize chosen especially for them. As an added bonus to those listening on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel, the questions and possible answers will be displayed on your screen so you, the viewer and listener, can play along as well. If you do, please let us know how you did on the questions. Remember, there's no Googling, no phone a friend, and please, no wagering. However, there is a lifeline. Before taping this show, my 2 charming Seahawk fan children, Mosette and Little Mo, did take the quiz as well. If the contestants want to know what the kids said, they can ask that, but once and only once during the entire game show, and only in the first 2 rounds. Now let's get ready to play 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. All right, you know the rules. The kids have answered these questions. You may only ask once.
Oh, can we clear that up?
Rounds.
Can we just clear that up from last week?
Yeah, let's clear that up, because Will had claimed that Matt had asked twice. He had not.
No, I had not.
He had not, no. So, and Will was champion last week, so we don't have Will here. So I will ask...
Throwing out the shade.
Yeah, so there'll be a new champion this week. And we will have Mark, since he is our guest. Mark, 1, 2, or 3?
Number 3.
Mark's going with 3. Dustin, 1 or 2?
2.
2, and that means number 1 goes to...
Me.
Matt.
It's Matt.
These questions are about the Buccaneers and the Seahawks, and there is one question that is not. So,
okay.
And by the way, if our dancers out there ready to dance, we're going to do a little extra Monty Python for her. So, get her ready to dance out there. All right, question 1, Matt.
Yes.
The Buccaneers and Seahawks have played each other 12 times.
Right.
How many times out of 12 have the Buccaneers scored 20 points or less against the Seahawks? 20 or less. 7, 8, or 9? And dance!
Really? That man? Oh, wow. 7,
How many times have the Buccaneers scored 20 points or less against the Seahawks? 7, 8, or 9 out of 12?
7, 8, or 12?
7, 8, or 9?
Oh, 7, 8, and 9. 8.
He says 8. Little Mo said 8. Mosette said 7. I'm sorry. It is 7, Matt. So.
Is it? Wow.
7.
Sorry, you lose.
7.
Dustin.
Yeah.
Your question is about Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Dustin, what president made Thanksgiving a national holiday?
Dennis Knippenberg.
Yeah, it was me. Was it Abraham Lincoln? Was it Ulysses S. Grant? Or was it Rutherford B. Hayes? Who made Thanksgiving a national... I kind of wish Matt had got this, but... Who made Thanksgiving a national holiday? Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, or Rutherford B. Hayes?
I don't know. I like Lincoln. I'll go Lincoln.
You like Lincoln?
He's kind of a cool dude.
Yeah. Hey, Lincoln. He is kind of cool, dude. Mosette said Abraham Lincoln. Little Mo said Ulysses S. Grant. Ah, but it's Abraham.
Ah,
And Dustin's on the board.
yay.
Well done, sir. All right,
Thanks.
Mark.
I just like the top hat, so.
Yeah. Well, and the $5 bills. Mark.
Yes.
The last time the Seahawks played the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay, how many touchdown passes did Josh Freeman throw? Josh Freeman! How many touchdown passes did he throw against the Seahawks the last time they played in Tampa Bay? Was it 3, 4, or 5?
Oh my
3,
God.
4, or 5? Josh Freeman!
Those are way too high.
I know!
Oh.
3, 4, or 5 touchdown passes Josh Freeman threw against the Seahawks.
For a head case like that, he certainly was dialed in. Momentary lapse of clarity, and he threw for... Oh, boy. I'm going to say, I'll be optimistic and say 3.
He's going to say 3. Mosette said 3. Little Mo said 5. Nah, I'm saying it was 5. 5 touchdown passes. Can you believe that?
Holy
From
crap.
Josh Freeman against the Seahawks.
Do you guys remember that? I mean, that 5...
It was like a 38-16. It was destruction. It was not good.
What year was that?
I want to say that was the Dark Mora era, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like a Mora era game.
Sounds like a Mora era game, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, where we're either close or in
oh
a
my
win
God.
or got blown out.
Yeah, 38 to something. 38 to 16.
And I think that game was Mari's fault, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Probably.
Blame the
Yeah,
kicker.
throw him under the.
He's all that a-hole didn't kick 28 field goals for us. Like.
What a bitch.
No kidding. Dustin, 4,
Yeah.
5, or 6?
6.
6. Matt, 4 or 5?
5.
Mark, you are number 4. Mark, your question is a football question. The very first time the Seahawks played the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay, which, by the way, was our inaugural year, same with Tampa Bay, who had the most receiving yards for the Seahawks? Was it Ron Howard, Steve Largent, or Sam McCullum? Ron Howard, of course, Seahawk receiver before he became
went
a
on to
well-known
directing.
director. Yeah.
Wow. The first
Ron
time
Howard.
they played him, huh?
Yeah, Ron Howard, Steve Largent, or Sam McCullum. Who had the most yards?
Ah, boy, it sounds like a trick question. I'm just going to go with Largent.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with Opie. Ron Howard. No. You're going to go with Largent, huh?
Yep.
Well, the kids went with Sam McCullum. And you went with Largent. You should have gone with Sam. Sam McCullum, 64. Largent, 49.
Man, that buzzer should just be my ringtone for my cell. I hear it so often.
And Ron Howard, Opie, or Richie Cunningham from Happy Days had 45. All right. Matt, you get a Thanksgiving question.
Ah, shit.
I knew that was going to be the Thanksgiving question.
Here it is. How many pounds does an average turkey weigh that is cooked at Thanksgiving? Is it 10 pounds, 15 pounds, or 20 pounds? Average
You know
weight
this,
of a
dude.
turkey on Thanksgiving,
Well,
10,
you-
15, or 20.
You Americans are like fat as all hell.
And
so
it's about pounds, too. You do so well on these things when it's like feet and miles and pounds.
you got to do the average because not everyone's going to have a big bird. So I'll ask
Yeah,
the kids. What do the kids think?
You ask the kids. Little Mo said 10 pounds. Mosette
Wow.
said 20 pounds.
All right, so I'll split the difference and go down the middle.
And so you're going 15?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. You split the difference, huh?
He went for the average.
You got it. 15
Yeah.
pounds. And Matt is on the board. All right, Dustin.
Yeah.
This is to get a 2-1 lead.
Okay.
All right. Your question is a football question, obviously.
Okay.
The last time the Seahawks won in Tampa Bay against the Buccaneers, and I want to say, I'm going to say 2006, but I'm not 100% sure. 2006, I think. Who had the most receiving yards for the Seahawks in that game? Was it Deion Branch, DJ Hackett, or Jeremy Stevens? There's some people from the past.
Oh,
Deion Branch, DJ Hackett, and Jeremy Stevens.
sounds like a bad law
I'll
firm.
go DJ Hackett. I haven't heard his name forever and a day.
Branch, Hackett, and Stevens were lawyers. You with DJ Hackett, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Little Mo went with DJ Hackett. Mosette went with Jeremy Stevens. Yes, DJ Hackett was 63 passing yards.
I am.
That means Dustin has 2, Matt has 1, and Mark has 0, which means our final question will go Mark
To Matt and
and
he'll
Dustin.
win.
Yeah. All right. Final question, as you know, is a number over under. The closest without going over gets the 2 points and the championship. If everyone's over, whoever's closest to the number wins the 2 points. All right, here we go. All right, Mark, you ready?
Yes.
All right, Mark. And let me put on some dancing music here. We can get our dancer going. All right, here you go. Your question is this. The last time the Seahawks played the Buccaneers in 2013, how many rushing yards did Marshawn Lynch have? How many rushing yards for Marshawn Lynch last time they played the Buccaneers in 2013? Mark?
Let's see. Okay. I'm going to say, 110.
110. Matt?
120.
120. Dustin?
121.
121.
Price is right.
The actual amount of rushing yards that Marshawn Lynch had the last time the Seahawks played the Buccaneers in 2013 was 125.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
Dustin
Nice.
captures it again. Congratulations, Dustin.
Very
I'm making a run on it
impressive.
this year, guys. I'm going to catch up by the end of the year.
You
I was
are.
only 4 yards off.
I let the little midget in, man. It's just out of order.
So,
It's all about
We're playing CeeLo.
Dustin.
No.
Congratulations.
Well
Dennis.
done, Dustin.
It's all about you. You
deserve
just
it.
allow me to be here.
No. This is about Dustin winning. Congratulations, Dustin.
Thank you.
All right, this has been another crowd-pleasing, heart-stopping, award-winning edition of 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. We'll be right back with the second half of the show after this quick station identification.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel.
Holy shit, it's the third quarter.
Welcome to the third quarter of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Hey, you! Yes, you eat turkey leftovers. Like or comment on the video. Join us at the 12-Man Fan Jam Show Facebook page. Email us, tweet us, make us part of your fix. Do it now before the tryptophan takes over and you wind up passed down on the couch again. All right. This quarter, we're going to take a long look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Seattle Seahawks. Here's your tale of the tape. As you see, the Buccaneers defense is basically 25th overall. Offense is 11th overall. And the Seahawks 16th overall on offense and 9th on defense. It's time for Dr. Dustin and his injury. But before we do that, this part is brought to you by Sturgill Simpson, Dustin's favorite singer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Dustin, tell us, what's a key entry for this game?
Right now, my ears.
Not a fan of the Sturgill Simpson, huh?
No,
oh
really,
my God,
dude.
you know what this is?
Yeah, I noticed
Guys,
that.
this is Nirvana.
Yeah. That was the only
Oh my
song that
God.
they sang that I
Are
knew.
you serious?
That was the only song that they sang that I knew from that concert.
He's singing In Bloom country version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I have to turn this off right now and burn it. Okay. Dustin, key injury for this game. You got a lot to choose from.
No, I do. It's kind of the opposite of last week where I didn't really have much to work with. This week, I mean, they go a number of ways. I mean, any injury that thinned out the running back herd would be ideal or would be appropriate. But I'm going to go with hamstrings. Hamstrings are the key injury this week.
Always with the hammies.
Yeah, because like I said, any of the running back injuries could have been a concern, but I'd say missing 2 starters from the LOB has to be a bigger concern than that. Given the fact that we've been surviving this year without a running game, for the most part, I think we'll be okay there. But we've never really played a game in its entirety without Earl Thomas since he's been a Seahawk.
Right.
And Amir, add to the fact that Deshaun Shedd is also going to miss the game because of a hamstring injury. And I think that's not only a huge deal, but I think it changes the game plan for the game. Because what's going to happen, they're going to take Jeremy Lane. He's going to get put outside. Nico Thorpe is going to end up in the slot in all likelihood. And in doing that, I think that changes the game plan because I think that puts us in a position to where Richard Sherman has to now mirror Mike Evans because of the size difference between him and Jeremy Lane. So I think that changes the game plan from what it would have been originally. So.
Yeah, it's a big deal, Mark. These injuries are really piling up.
Yeah, of course, and to me, it among other things, it's a reminder of why I don't advocate an 18-game season in the future. It's hard enough staying healthy for 16. But anyway, you know what? I think even with the injuries, actually, if it turns out that Sherman shadows Evans, I don't mind that approach in general. And I think we still have enough depth to cover up for, those are big deficiencies. But I think we're a veteran enough team to overcome it, But Tampa is, they're motivated. They have something to play for. They had a nice win last week, and Jameis is definitely a playmaker. So the secondary is going to have to be on their toes. So we'll see. I have a feeling our secondary is going to hold up pretty well.
Yeah, I hope so. I certainly hope so. A lot of injuries to talk about now. Of course, my favorite part of the show is coming up now, which is Matt with the 12-Man Fan Jam Show Game Time Weather Report. Matt?
I am totally plugged into this weather report thing going on right now. I can tell you that it's going to be sunny. It's going to be 79 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 26 degrees centigrade or 8 metric trumps. That will be the temperature that we are expecting over in the Tampa region. Edna was absolutely amazed to see so many 80s power blouses at the Eagles game. It was just incredible to see them out there. But this game is nothing to do with 80s power blouses. This game is really all about large collars and emergency bell-bottom flares. Because let's face it, nobody gives a flying buck about fashion in Tampa.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said. Always the weather report / fashion report is what we should say.
But I like to mix it up a little bit, because otherwise, other networks, it's the only part of the show that's actually is mine, because the rest of it's all yours.
Well, so... you do you, man, because you are here for you, so you do you.
And if I don't do that, then he gets rid of me, everybody, and then he just has his. Then Dennis would just take over that part of the show, and we wouldn't get to say anything.
All right, you've had your time enough.
He beats me.
You wish, Mark. Finish this phrase. The Seahawks win this game if what?
If they do not turn the ball over.
Okay.
Ooh, yes.
Matt?
Very astute.
Yes. Matt, the Seahawks win this game if?
Jimmy Graham is busy.
What,
like
signing autographs?
Because he's busy?
He's got to be busy. I want to see him involved heavily in this game now.
Oh.
Dustin, the Seahawks win this game if?
If they can get their running game going like they have the last couple weeks. Yeah, that's what I got.
All right. I say the Seahawks win this game if they get to 30, which is something that has been a theme down in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is 1-4 at home, and they've been getting up an average of 30 points a game at home. So,
right.
I think if we get to 30, I think it's over. So we'll see, and I think we can do that. But we'll see what everyone thinks as we end the third quarter.
It's the end of the third quarter, bitches.
All right, coming up, it's time to make our predictions, prognostication, and game balls for this week's game, Seahawks and Buccaneers. You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Why not? Don't cost nothing. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, everybody. This is Statsman Mark. And when I'm not listening to Charo's greatest hits on 8-track tape, I'm listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show.
Holy shit, it's the fourth quarter.
Ah, yes, it's time for the fourth and final quarter of this episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show.
Oh, hell no.
was that French or was that Igor? I wasn't sure what was going on.
Hell no.
It's my French Igor. Okay. Hey! What's better than my accent? Let's do a top three, shall we?
Most things.
Yeah, I know. Amen. Hey, from our offices located in the turkey stuffing comes the top three things overheard at the Seahawks Thanksgiving dinner. You didn't know they had Thanksgiving dinner together, but they did. And we happen to have a mic at that Thanksgiving dinner. Here are the top three things that we overheard at the Thanksgiving dinner. You know this is going to be great. All right, number 3. Okay, Russell Wilson, we've seen Sierra, but we still can't decide if you're a breast man or a leg man. She's kind of cute. Okay. Number 2. No, Richard Sherman, there isn't a chunky soup, and stop intercepting the food we're passing around. And the number 1 thing overheard at the Seahawks Thanksgiving dinner, Coach Bevel, hand me the gravy. Hand it to me. Hand it. Don't pass it. Don't pass it. That one kind of stung. All right. Well, let's move on to the Buccaneers.
He sounds
game.
surprised.
No. The current line is Seattle 7-point favorites. The over-under is at 44.5. Disclaimer, these numbers have been presented for entertainment purposes only. We don't endorse betting on anything. Don't take anything we say seriously. Blah, blah, blah. All right, we'll take a look at our predictions. Here's how the scoring's going. You're all aware of that. We're getting our butts kicked, so we'll move on. The picks from this team that's leading, this Team 12, are the following. Little Mo says 37-17 Seattle. Rawls with 2 touchdowns, and he's given the game ball to Rawls. Jose says score 31-16. Prognostication, Tampa Bay gets more penalties called against them than the Seattle Seahawks do. Game ball to Russell Wilson because we have no running game besides Rawls. So that's his little jab there. Tom, 31-14 Hawks. Baldwin, more than 100 yards receiving, and Baldwin with the game ball. Mike Pascal, happy Turducken Day, he says. Score Seattle 26-19. Prediction, Wilson, more touchdown passes than Jameis Winston. And game ball to Cam. Mark Ty Turner said he was watching his dogs in the Apple Cup, which, congratulations, UW. Our Bluebirds head south to Tampa as winter approaches. Can't predict Baldwin passing to Wilson, but I'll predict Wilson passing to Baldwin. Hawks 29, yes, 29. Bucks 13. Baldwin 2 touchdown receptions. Game ball to Baldwin. Will sent in his prediction from Team Posse. He said Seahawks over the Bucks 30-17. Prognostication, Hauchka will bounce back and will not miss a field goal or an extra point. And game ball to Thomas Rawls. So, that brings us to Matt.
Yes.
Hi, Matt.
Hi.
You know, I feel a little slighted tonight. You kind of hurt me a little bit.
All about you, isn't it?
It's all about me, yeah.
Don't care how I feel, don't ask me. Oh, no.
Do you have a prediction?
I do. I think it's going to be Bucks 14, Seahawks 31.
Okay. Prognostication?
I think I said we need to get him activated if we're going to win this. I want to win this with Jimmy Graham. So Jimmy Graham is going to score 2 touchdowns.
All right.
And I'm going to give my game ball to Jimmy Graham.
Game ball to Jimmy Graham, who just had a birthday. Was that
He did.
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving
Day, yeah.
Happy birthday, Jimmy Graham.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, not much, man. Hey, you got a pick? You got a prognostication? Maybe a game ball?
Like for the podcast?
Yeah. You got.
Okay. Sure.
You want to share a little future?
I'm not playing your games, Dennis.
Damn.
Yes.
Mutiny.
All right, I'm
It's
gonna say.
mutiny.
We just had a breakthrough in group. Gentlemen, right there.
Nice. All right, I'll say the Seahawks are going to win 28-13.
I don't care.
The-
I'll write it down. 2013.
Nobody cares.
28-13. You better care. We're on the same team here. We need some points, damn it.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm also going to say that my prognostication is going to be that Rawls will get 100 yards for the first time this season. As far as I know, he hasn't done that. So,
All right.
or I'll just say 100 yards for Rawls, just in case I'm wrong there. Then, whichever.
Whatever.
And then game ball is going to have to go to Cam Chancellor. I think he's going to have to step up and lead that secondary. He's going to have to make some plays, whether it be hits or causing a fumble or interception, whatever. I think just his energy and what he's going to do for the secondary, setting the tone, is going to make a huge difference in the game.
All right. Statsman Mark, so great to have you on, man. It's been a really exciting show to have you on.
It's been overwhelming.
Yes, it has been. It has been.
You can hear it in my voice, Dennis.
He's so
I've
happy
been
to be back.
overwhelmed.
You know, we're having a meeting after this show, y'all. I'm just going to set the record straight here. This is a Moses out. This is a Moses tatership.
Yes, all
it's
that
true.
volunteer work for Prop 64 has just really burnt me out. It's tough job.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Oh, it's so fun. We got, like I said, Niners zombies, and now it's legal for Raider fans to mix medicinal with Jack Daniels, and that's good news.
Wow.
Real
Awesome.
bright forecast here in the Bay Area. Comforts and it heals. So anyway, game-wise, I'm going to call this 31-20 Seahawks. I'm going to say they're going to score special teams touchdown, kickoff return, punt return, lock it, I guess, really. And my game ball, you know what? I'm going to hop on the Rawls wagon.
Up on the Rawls wagon. The Rawls
Play
wagon.
Lou Rawls during the game.
Lou Rawls, yeah. I've been tempted to play that. I haven't played that yet, but with Lou Rawls. But he has had a big game before he put Lou Rawls back on the show. But
And I think it could be a long time before we hear Barracuda, my trivia winning song. Boy.
that was his
anything
song
right.
choice for trivia was going to be Barracuda by heart, and well, it just didn't turn out.
Madison Bumgarner's hitting better than me. All right.
All right. Well, it's my turn. The Seahawks travel to Tampa Bay for a road game, but it's not exactly home field advantage because the Bucs are 1-4 at home and get up 30 points a game. Watch the Seahawks enjoy that Buccaneer hospitality as they roll over 400 yards of offense. That's my prognostication. My game ball runs angry like someone ate his turkey leftovers, and the Seahawks are thankful this game is on their schedule as they win by a score of Seattle Seahawks 30, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 17. Well, looks like it's time to bring another wonderful and amazing 12-man Fan Jam show to a sad close. We are so glad you decided to waste some time with us. We certainly hope you laughed a little and maybe, just maybe, learned a little something along the way. What did we learn? Well, we learned that Matt thinks it's all about me. We learned that Dustin loves his hammies.
Yeah.
Dustin also had a breakthrough in group, and Mark is thankful to be here. And we also learned that Dallas Cowboy are God's team. So, on behalf of my partner in crime, Matt, our Newshound Shadowhawk Will, Statsman Mark, wherever Will is, Dustin as the Beaver, Roger Goodell, Mozette, Little Mo, Doug Williams, Mike Allstott, Buddy Hackett, Sheila McRae, Art Carney. Good night, everybody. Go Hawks.
Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Hawks.
It is not all about me.
Nobody cares.
I know. That's just I'm saying.